afternoon, everyone. You guys had your lunch yet? Yes.
Thank you for attending today's meeting. The main purpose of this meeting is to finalize our plans for our upcoming annual dinner. I hope that we can have a fruitful discussion, especially on the key matters under special business. With that, let's proceed.
Thank you, Ms. Nisa. I would like to formally report that we have received one apology for absence for today's meeting. Amira has informed us in advance that she is unable to attend this meeting due to prior scheduling conflict that could not be rearranged. Her absence has already been noted in the attendance record, so no need to worry about that. That's all from me.
Alright, so before we begin with today's agenda, let us review the minutes from our previous meeting. Are there any matters arising?
Thank you, Miss. The minutes from our last meeting were circulated to all committee members earlier this week for a review. There have been no objections submitted thus so far, so I would like to take this opportunity to briefly recap the key matters discussed in the previous meeting. So, in the previous meeting, we focused on the proposal to organize an annual dinner for our company. So, one of the key outcomes from the discussion was the tentative date for the annual dinner, which was proposed to be held on Saturday, 13th of September 2025. So, this date was selected because it's to ensure that it falls after our final project and give us ample time to prepare for the annual dinner. So now I would like to propose that the minutes be accepted as a true and accurate record of our previous meeting.
I second the motion.
Alright, thank you, Ms. Dina. The minutes of the previous meeting are confirmed. Alright, now let's move on to financial report. Ms. Yana, please proceed.
I have prepared a report, so I would like to use laptop to present. So, good afternoon everyone. Today I will be sharing about our company's financial report and proposal for the upcoming event, our dinner. So first, our total income is 50,000 ringgit. This includes 20,000 ringgit from the government as our annual company grants and 15,000 ringgit from corporate sponsors like Amanah Bank and Vitaglo, and 8,000 ringgit from ticket sales from past events, and 5,000 ringgit from selling merchandise like hoodies, tote bag and mugs, and 2,000 ringgit from fundraising booths and donations. I've spent a total of 30,200 ringgit. This went to 5,000 ringgit for renovating the meeting room, 8,000 ringgit for upgrading the AV room sound system, 2,500 ringgit for printing and publicity, which is banners, flyers, online promotion, and 1,700 ringgit for speaker, gift and appreciation tokens, and lastly 1,000 for admin fees like transport, logistics and bookings. Next is financial summary. After all expenses, we have 36,800 ringgit remaining in our company funds. We are proposing to use up to 30,000 ringgit from this balance for our annual dinner. This will cover the venue, food, decoration, entertainment and souvenir kits. A more detailed spending plan will be shared once we got all approvals. And last but not least, for our timeline, our confirmed caterer should be before 1st July and submit receipt also before 10 July because our event date is 13 September. I think that's our current financial standing and proposal. If anyone has suggestion or feedback, I would be happy to hear them after this. Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Yana, for the clear and thorough financial breakdown. Your report gives us a solid understanding of where we stand, and it's reassuring to see that our planning is staying within budget while still allowing for flexibility. So I think with that, we've covered all standing matters on the agenda. Now let's move on to the next part of our meeting, special business, where we'll be discussing some of the most exciting elements of annual dinner, including the theme, dress code, and entertainment. I trust everyone is ready. So now let's proceed. Alright, so we shall now discuss about 5.A, theme and dress code suggestions for the annual dinner. So, anyone got any suggestions?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Ms. Nisa. I would like to propose a theme called Midnight Elegance. It is a formal and sleek event. The venue will be decorated with silver and black tones with fairy lights to picture a moon-like atmosphere with minimalistic table setups, air conditioning, and soft lighting. The picture of the atmosphere is supposed to bring class and confidence to the room.
Thank you, Ms. Vera. The floor is now open for feedback.
Miss Lisa, with all due respect, I have some concerns. So, Miss Vera, have we considered how much pressure this team might put on everyone? Not everyone working here has the extra budget or time to find a formal evening wear. This isn't a corporate gala. We're hardworking employees, not executives trying to impress clients. Even if rental options are available, some may still uncomfortable or self-conscious. It's not just about cost, it's about the confidence. Dressing up in formal attire can be stressful for those who don't usually wear it or worry about fitting in.
I appreciate your honesty, Miss Yasmin, but this dinner is very important. So important that it must leave something memorable to everyone. We've worked hard these past years, and I believe some deserve to feel elevated, to feel brighter than others, to shine brighter than others.
And what happens if someone shows up and doesn't look elegant enough? We can say it's not about the judgment, but the pressure is still there. Themes like this can unintentionally make people feel left out or compared.
I see your view, Miss Yasmin, but may I remind you, this is not a talk about luxury. It's about being presentable, showing up as your best. When I say midnight elegance, I never said someone had to pull out a stack of money out for just one night. It is about showing up as the best version of yourself. Tidy, clean, sharp, beautiful. Even if someone shows up in just slacks, be my guest.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just want to share my thoughts on the theme. I just not fully against the midnight elegance. I agree, it does sound professional and clean, but honestly, I feel it might make the whole dinner feel too formal. After all the works everyone has done this year, I believe the dinners should be more relaxed and enjoyable. Not something that feels like another official work event. Of course, as employees, we all have proper clothes in our wardrobe. We know how to dress properly, but I'm talking about the atmosphere. Do we really want to sit in a room with a dark colors outfit and formal settings? This is our nights to enjoy, not to impress anyone. A more relaxed or creative theme would help people feel more comfortable, laugh, more enjoy their food, and really celebrate together as a team. Even if we keep midnight elegance, I suggest we make the dress code clear to everyone that is formal, but comfortable, not too rigid. No one should feel like they have to overdo it. This way, we still keep the professional look, but also make sure it's a night people enjoy, not just a night they attend to because they have to.
I understand that the theme may seem a little too much, but trust me, it's better than costume pressure, outdoor planning, weather risk. With this theme, employees can just wear any dark clothes they have and style it as they please. It's easier, cheaper, and save us from any lingering trouble.
Alright, Miss Fira, you have clearly done your homework, but is there any final objection?
I still have mixed feelings about the theme, but I respect the effort and planning that's gone into it. I have no further objection.
Alright, shall we vote?
Yes.
Alright. Those in favor of Midnight Elegance, please raise your hands. Alright, so majority raise their hands. So motion passed. Our official theme will be Midnight Elegance. Great job everyone, especially Miss Fira for your detailed preparation. Now moving on to item 5B, food and catering. Who would like to propose a suggestion?
Thank you, Miss. I have something that I prepared. Can I show?
Yes. So after reviewing few options, I would like to propose that we go to Chef Reza Catering Services for our upcoming event. They have proven to be reliable in the past. We have used them before and the overall services was smooth, professional and well received by our guests. Feedback was genuinely positive, particularly about the food quality and presentation. So as you can see here, Chef Reza offers a solid 3-course buffet menu at a very reasonable rate of 25 ringgit per person, which fits nicely within our budget. With our estimate 100 guests, that brings the total to 2,500 ringgit, keeping us right on track financially. Let me walk you through what's included in the package. So for appetizer, we have creamy mushroom soup with garlic bread, simple, warm and comforting food. So the main highlight of today is we have main courses like a well-balanced spread with butter chicken as the protein, spaghetti aglio olio for pasta option, and fried rice served with prawn sambal. And there's also a salad bar. There's also a salad bar allowing guests to customize a lighter plate if they prefer. So the last but not least, we have sweet ending with rich brownies and delicate fruit tarts paired with refreshing lemon tea. So in addition to the menu, they also provide cutlery, serving equipment and wait staff to assist during the event, which reduces the hassle on our side significantly. Overall, considering the price point, the range of menu items, the quality of service and our past experience, I believe Chef Reza Catering Services would be a great fit for this event. I'm open to take any question or suggestion, but this is my recommended option moving forward. Thank you, Ms. Alisha. That is a very outstanding preparation. Any seconders? I would like to second Alisha's proposal in support of Chef Reza Catering Services. From what we have heard and experienced before, their team has consistently shown professionalism and their food quality is impressive, considering the affordable price. What really convinced me is not just the menu, but also the fact that they provide full service, including cutlery, wait staff, and equipment, which saves us a lot of effort and cost on our end. Chef Reza's package is practical.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I also want to share my view on the catering. I have tasted Chef Reza foods before at our last company event. Honestly, it was alright, but it's just that nothing special or nor exciting. And for our annual dinner, where we have been talking about elegance, nice decorations, and formal wear, sincerely, I really feel the food should match that effort. If people are going to dress up and are going to take times out of their evening, then I think we should give them a meal that they enjoy and remember. The cost of food, every bowl is slightly higher, but the quality is better and also look better on the table. People will feel that we really care about giving them a full experience and not only just basic food. We have been planning this program since weeks,
I do not want we compromise for average. When we give something better to all, this is not just about filling the stomach. It's about showing that we truly care about the employee and their hard work. This annual dinner is something worth remembering.
Miss Aina, I totally understand where you're coming from. Presentation does matter and we all want the event to feel special. But at the same time, we have to stay grounded in what the event is really about and more importantly, who it is for. We're not running a fine dining restaurant here. We're hosting a large gathering where the priority is to feed everyone well, efficiently and on budget. Chef Reza might not offer silver platters or fusion buns, but what they do offer is volume, reliability and quality service. And that's what we need. People remember how food tastes and how smooth the event goes. They remember whether they were full, whether the lines were long, and whether the staff was helpful. In our past experience with Chef Reza, they tick all those boxes and we've already heard positive feedback from guests, which says a lot. Spending extra just for looks may not bring us the return we expect. I'd rather ensure everyone walks away satisfied than stretch the budget for a prettier plate.
Miss Alisha, I get it, we're not running a 5-star restaurant, but does that mean our guests have to settle for a plain and boring? I don't think so. Yes, people remember the food and the service, but they also remember whether it looked inviting or like a rushed buffet line. Good presentation doesn't mean good culture. Sometimes it's the little touch that make people feel like, wow, they really put in effort. Why should we stop at good enough when we easily push for impressive without blowing the budget? There are plenty of caterers who know how to deliver both quantity and style. We just have to be willing to look. So no offense to Chef Reza, but I'm not ready to watch our guest Instagram their plates and have it look like a school canteen lunch. We can do better and honestly we should.
Miss Aina, I understand your concerns, but I just want to point out that the gravy bowl charge an additional 500 just for their service. And on top of that, they also require another 200 for table setup. When you add these extra charges together, it already goes beyond the catering budget we have set for this event. Even before we talk about the food itself, choosing them would mean we have to cut costs in other important areas of the event, which might affect the overall experience for our guests.
Alright, we have heard valid points from both sides. Since time is short, let's proceed with the vote. Those in favor of Chef Reza catering services, please raise your hands. Alright, motion carried. Chef Reza will handle the catering. Alright, now for item 5C, proposed activities and performances during the event. Any suggestions?
Thank you, Ms. Nisa. I would like to propose that we invite Hakim Rusli, a local indie artist who has a strong following among working professionals, especially in government sectors. He offers a 45 minutes live acoustic set for 1,000. He's performed at events for IIUM and UMP, and his music has a relaxed and classy tone, which is perfect for the atmosphere that we want to create with our Midnight Elegance theme. In addition to the live performance, I propose the following activities to add value and engagement. A mini award session for the best dressed and most supportive team member, a video montage that captures our milestone and achievement, a lucky draw session to keep the evening light and enjoyable. These activities will help us to celebrate our effort as a team and make the evening more meaningful. That's all from me.
I second the proposal as I like to add a few more points. So Hakim Rusli isn't just any performer, he's someone with a genuine presence.
Acoustic style matches the elegant and classy vibe that we're aiming for because of the dress code, which is Midnight Elegance. This isn't about turning our dinner into a concert, however, it is about giving a proper highlight and a moment for it to stand out.
Miss, I really have to voice my concern here. RM 1000 ringgit just for 45 minutes? That's over the 10 of our total budget for just one performer. This isn't a concert, it's our annual dinner. And honestly, we have so many talented workers who would be happy to perform for free. Why not make the most of our in-house talent instead?
I understand the concern about the cost, but in the past few years, we've relied heavily on the internal performance, which is our workers. While we appreciate that, last year's show had sound issues, forgotten lyrics, and very little rehearsal time. It didn't reflect the standard we're aiming for. That's why, this time, I believe we should bring in a performer who can deliver a smooth, high-quality set. Internal talent will still be included for the opening or the background entertainment, but the main act should leave a strong, lasting impression. This is our main annual event. We want it to feel special, not average.
So, just to clarify, are we now allocating budget to buy memories? Isn't that what great moments and people naturally create?
No, we're investing in impact. We're not spending 50k just to be just okay. This is our flagship event, guys. A strong closing gives the whole event a sense of completion, not just a casual wrap up. And on the top of the cost, yes, 1,000 ringgit sounds like a lot at first glance. But let's look at the brighter side. We've already saved 500 ringgit on catering and another 1,200 from the sound system upgrade. That gives us the flexibility. Instead of returning that money to the fund unused, why not reinvest it into a better quality? Also, don't forget the social media factor. Hakim Rusli has a good amount of followers. And when our staff post stories and tag him and share the moments, our events gains more visibility. It's not just a dinner anymore. It becomes a shared experience that lives on even after it ends. So now we're not spending just for the sake of it. We're adding value.
Thank you, Miss Dina. That was a very compelling point. I can see passion, and I appreciate how you link both budget and long-term impact. You're right, this isn't just about one night, but the impression you leave behind. Now we have heard both sides, the concern about budget and the argument for meaningful investment. I believe it's time we make a decision. So now let's proceed with the vote on whether we should hire Hakim as our performer for the annual dinner. All in favor, please raise your hands. Alright. Motion passed. So Hakim Rusli will officially be our guest performer for the annual dinner. This is actually a big win for us, and I believe it will elevate the entire event experience. So now that the decision has been made, let's ensure that his segment is handled with professionalism, from liaising with his management to preparing the stage setup, sound check, and ensuring all logistics needs are met. So since this is our flagship event, and this performance will likely be the highlight of the evening, so let's work together to make sure it runs smoothly and leave a very lasting impression on everyone who attends. So now we have reached item 6, any other business. Is there anything additional anyone would like to add for today's meeting?
Thank you, Miss. Just a brief but important reminder to all. I will be circulating the finalized event plan by the end of this week, along with the complete list of individual task assignment and responsibilities. So this document will include a detailed program flow, designated person in charge for each segment, and timeline for all the items leading up to the annual dinner. Please make sure to read through it carefully once it sends out. To ensure smooth coordination, I kindly ask everybody to acknowledge and confirm their assigned task by Friday 5 p.m. If you foresee any issues and needed to swap responsibilities, please notify me directly so that we can make early arrangement before the deadline. Let's all communicate and clear. Let's all keep communication clear and timely. Thank you, everybody. That's all for me.
Before we end, I would like to kindly remind everyone that if you have any reimbursement claims or receipts related to expenses for the annual dinner, whether it's for purchase, bookings, or other approved costs, please make sure to submit them to the finance team before 10 July. This deadline is important to help us complete to our financial documentation and allow the audit process to run smoothly and without delay. Submitting everything on time will also help us ensure transparency and proper record keeping for our company's financial report. With that, I have concluded my report, and I will now hand over to Ms. Nisa to continue with the meeting.
Alright, thank you Ms. Dina and Ms. Yana for the important reminders. I appreciate everyone's commitment to making this event a success, from program planning to financial transparency. Your teamwork and attention to detail truly matters. So, before we wrap up, I'd like to emphasize that we are now entering the crucial phase of preparation. Let's all stay proactive and support each other to ensure everything runs smoothly. If any issue arises, don't hesitate to reach out early. It's better to solve problems together than wait until the very last minute. So with that, I officially close today's meeting. Thank you all for your time, energy and contributions. Let's make this annual dinner one to remember.